Despite the challenges, the re-engineered NEMIS was launched in August 2022 by the Ministry of Education as reviewed in the following video by ministry officials.
Education Management Information System, a program used in registration of learners in schools, has been improved to include services that will enable the Ministry of Education keep track of projects undertaken in schools, which will, in a nutshell, help fight corruption in the sector. The piloting of the system begins Monday next week. Our senior education affairs reporter Sharon Baranga has the details.
The National Education Management Information System has been in use in learning institutions for close to 5 years. Basically, learners will be registered or transferred from their schools to other schools through it. But NEMIS has been improved to be able to perform other services. Through the system, users have a more direct access to data, which will help the government in fighting corruption, as heads of schools will be applying for capitation through NEMIS for accountability and transparency.
We are not pointing fingers at anybody, but when you know that whatever you are doing is being seen, if you are a thief, you don't come and pickpocket me when I'm seeing you. You want to come and pickpocket me when I'm not seeing you. So it's good we are already going back to the right track. But infrastructure management by head teachers and principals has also been facilitated on the system to aid the ministry to ensure that we get value for money. We can now watch if you are building a boarding house at Kanyanyaini, which is my district, and it is Kanyanyaini Secondary School, and you are building a boarding house for 750 people there. We can log in and see how you are doing it. If you wanted to hide, like as was in the past, where we have 10 shillings, and we want to use that 10 shillings to build a classroom at Kapsabet Boys High School. But Kapsabet Boys High School has an extra capacity. We will see that and we will catch you and take you to jail. This is what this system has done. But in the past, excuse me please, you have money, you want to build labs or classrooms, and we collectively look for schools which have those excess capacities and try to rebuild them again. For example, there was a school that had 11 extra classrooms and was allocated money to build another 11 classrooms. Without naming names, that is not going to be able to happen again.
Parents have a role in the upgraded NEMIS, and that is they can be able to initiate transfers of their children from one school to another. Learners' attendance, newly introduced in the CBC curriculum, will also be available on NEMIS. Registration of schools can also be initiated on the system.
So this is a very powerful addition to NEMIS, which is removing the human role, because when you remove the human role, then you become more accountable. And that brings me to the third point, which is the accountability and transparency around capitation and funds application processes. I, as Professor Magoha, has taken all the bullets. Of course, the minister has to take all the bullets for all the faults of the previous system. You inherit the good, the old, and the ugly.
Problems addressed by the re-engineered NEMIS. Number 1, data inaccuracy and duplication. The original system suffered from errors in learner data, including duplicate or missing student entries. The solution to this, the re-engineered NEMIS introduced better data validation and verification mechanisms to ensure accurate, unique learner records. Number 2, learner tracking and continuity. Difficulty tracking learners as they moved across schools or transitioned through education levels was experienced in higher NEMIS. Improved longitudinal learner tracking using unique identity allowed for seamless monitoring of students' progress from one level to the next in the re-engineered NEMIS. system downtime, and technical glitches. Frequent technical failures and server issues caused system downtime. The solution to this was migration to government cloud infrastructure and installation of a secondary server enhanced system reliability for performance uptime. 4. Access issues in remote areas. There was problem in many schools, especially in rural areas, which couldn't access the system due to poor connectivity and lack of devices. Solution: the re-engineered NEMIS was optimized for better accessibility, including lighter web versions and offline data capture options for later synchronization. Number 6, administrative burden. Teachers and administrators facing time-consuming and error-prone processes. This was sorted out in the new re-engineered NEMIS, which had more user-friendly interfaces, automated reporting, and simplified workflows to reduce administrative load. Then why the change from NEMIS to KEMIS? Even after NEMIS being re-engineered, the following pitfalls were realized. 1. Inaccurate and fragmented data. NEMIS faced challenges in capturing comprehensive learner data across various education levels, leading to issues such as inflated enrollment figures and the creation of ghost schools. This fragmentation hindered effective planning and resource allocation. KEMIS aims to unify data from early childhood development education, ECDE, to universities into a single integrated platform, ensuring accurate and real-time information. Number 2, re-engineered NEMIS lacked integration with national systems. The previous system lacked integration with national registries, leading to difficulties in tracking learners' transition and verifying their identities. With the Kenya Education Management Information Systems, it is aimed to address this by linking with the Civil Registration Services and the National Registration Bureau to assign each learner a unique personal identifier, UPI, at birth, which will follow them throughout their education journey. 3. Re-engineered NEMIS had limited accessibility and stakeholder engagement. NEMIS has limited accessibility for parents and other stakeholders, restricting their ability to monitor learners' progress. With Kenya Education Management Information System, it introduces a mobile application, Elimu app, allowing parents, teachers, and education officials to track learners' academic progress, funding, and enrollment status across all learning levels. 4. Recommendations from educational reforms. The Presidential Working Party on Educational Reforms recommended renaming the Education Management Information System, EMIS, to KEMIS to better reflect the Kenyan context and to ensure comprehensive coverage of all learners in basic education institutions. 5. Commitment to data-driven decision-making. KEMIS is designed to enhance transparency, improve data security, and provide easy access to critical information for education administrators, policymakers, and parents. It aims to eliminate data manipulation, such as the creation of ghost schools and inflated enrollment figures, by providing accurate real-time data for informed decision-making. Questions emerging from KEMIS implementation. Will KEMIS address data integrity issues? How will KEMIS be operationalized? What are the actual KEMIS costs and funding sources? How will KEMIS ensure data privacy and security? Will KEMIS be accessible to all stakeholders? These emerging questions highlight the need for transparency, accountability, and comprehensive planning in the implementation of KEMIS to ensure it effectively addresses the challenges faced by the predecessor NEMIS. In conclusion, KEMIS may be Kenya's most ambitious education data reform yet, but for now, it sits at the intersection of promise and public doubt. Parliament is watching, and so are the schools, parents, and learners countrywide. Frogkill Show will keep tracking the story. We thank you so much for viewing our channel. We shall keep you informed. Thank you so much, and continue subscribing, commenting, and liking our videos. Thank you.